up, everybody? It's Kai again at Crypto Jam. Hoping everybody's having a good weekend and a good new year so far. So today, what I'm gonna start is IBM has its blockchain essential courses, so it's free courses. So that way you can educate yourself on this new technology called blockchain. I was talking to somebody yesterday and I was telling them like, okay, if you're coming into crypto, you want to make sure you know where it's derived from. If you're just coming in to make some short-term games or to make money, I suggest to just pause on that because everything changed since 2017. Well, after 2017. So we had a crazy run up in 2017, and I think that set a bad impression in people's mind that crypto goes really fast and can make a lot of money. But I think we should just erase 2017, that pump that happened, and just start fresh 2019. You know, we saw a major correction in 2018. A lot of people jump in thinking the same thing's gonna happen and lost a lot of money. So a lot of people are discouraged. But if you understand the technology and where it's going and what it's derived from and what the future, you know, is projected to be like going into this digital world, then whether it goes up or down or mainly go down, you're still gonna buy more because you believe that this tech is revolutionary and disruptive and it will change the world. So if you do not know, I'm just gonna give a little overview. If you do not know where Bitcoin came from, then I suggest you should really look it up. But pretty much it came from the financial crisis in 2008. So as we know, it shook the whole global economy. And like 10 years later, which is around now, people are still wondering if the rules of economics can be of that crisis that happened can be avoided in the future. So what happened? So the mortgage market developed into a large scale, and there was many bailouts, and resulting in a downturn. So during the crisis, which is they say is the worst economic disaster since Great Depression, it devastated the world and is known as the Great Recession. What happened? I wasn't really here when it happened, so you guys who were born here probably know more than me. But it says here, I'm reading 8 million citizens lost their jobs, approximately 2.5 million businesses were devastated, and a lot of homes were foreclosed. The recession ended around 2009. So a lot of things come up to be like what caused this depression. There's numerous factors. They said it could be the high risk loans, mainly mortgages that couldn't keep up. As we know, it was followed by the bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers, which pretty much caused a chain reaction after that. So today, they implemented changes since then to see hopefully this won't happen again. But that's where cryptocurrency came in, right? During the same time, Bitcoin was introduced. So this course will kind of tell us like what blockchain is, because Bitcoin protocol, which is the proof of work, that consensus algorithm is known as the blockchain. So this was a solution created by whosoever Satoshi Nakamoto is, and pretty much take away that centralized aspect of government or banks controlling our currencies. So now we're in a new age. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. Probably was talking long already. Sorry for rambling. But I'm just gonna break this up in pieces as I do it. If you're interested in doing the course yourself, it's free. You just gotta go on, just Google IBM blockchain courses, and you can set up an account and you can just start from there. But I'm gonna do it in pieces because it seems like there's a lot of modules on the side. So we're gonna start with the first one.
Since the days of clay tablets, people have recorded the exchange of goods and services. As we evolve into the digital age, recording these transactions has become much more complex. Whether it's the exchange of money between two parties, documenting how goods move through a supply chain, or making contractual agreements. The growth of global commerce and trade has created a network of disparate ledger systems, vulnerable to errors, fraud, and misinterpretation. Take the diamond industry, for example. The journey of a diamond from mine to consumer covers a complex landscape of legal, regulatory, financial, manufacturing, and commercial practices. Current supply chains have to rely on intermediaries every step of the way, from government officials to lawyers, accountants, dealers, and banks. This adds time and cost. Diamond smuggling and fraud can hamper governments from collecting fair export taxes, and consumers and retailers face the prospect of purchasing counterfeit or unethically mined stones. This is where Hyperledger blockchain technology comes in. It has the potential to eliminate these vulnerabilities with transparent transactions. Blockchain offers all parties involved in a business network a secure and synchronized record of transactions. The blockchain ledger records every sequence of transactions from beginning to end, whether it's hundreds of steps in a supply chain or a single online payment. As each transaction occurs, it's put into a block. Each block is connected to the one before and after it. Groups of transactions are blocked together and a fingerprint of each block is added to the next, thus creating an irreversible chain. That's why blockchain is ideal for recording the mining, refining, and distribution of one of the most valuable goods in the world. It can trace a diamond's path from the mine to the hands of the consumer with exceptional security and transparency. While blockchain works with all types of transactions, there are three key features that make Hyperledger blockchain uniquely capable to handle the requirements of a regulated industry like diamonds. It's distributed, it's permissioned, and it's secure. Because the ledger is distributed, it works as a shared form of record keeping, ensuring no one person or organization holds ownership of the system. As the diamond cycles through its supply chain, everyone involved during the process is permissioned to have a copy of every record and piece of data, and no transaction can be added to the chain without consensus across the participants. This means no one person can add to or alter the blockchain without it being permanently recorded, making it tamper-resistant and highly secure, eliminating the risk of fraud and error. No one, not even a system administrator, can delete it. In the case of diamonds, a blockchain ledger keeps a record of high-resolution photos of each diamond at every touchpoint along its journey. It holds certificates of authenticity, real-time records of every payment transaction, as well as product details like cut, clarity, color, carat, and diamond serial numbers. At the end of the buying cycle, there is a complete, auditable, and indisputable record of information. Blockchain technology gives us the ability to transform industries of all sorts, from diamonds to flowers, monetary transactions, or even things like contracts, deeds, records, and other public and private agreements. It frees up capital flows, speeds processes, lowers transaction costs, and most importantly, provides security and trust. We believe that blockchain will do for business what the internet did for communication, create new ways of working and leave more time for creativity and innovation.
So there you go. So they explain it better, but pretty much, as you know, cryptocurrency. I'm reading this document here. Still have a long way to go, but they definitely represent, as I say, a viable alternative to the traditional fiat system, as we know, whether it be the pound, the yen, the euro, or the U.S. dollar. Pretty much is controlled by the government. So back in 1940s, I think, it gave the government, they can just print money and say this dollar is worth this much, even though there's nothing behind it. This piece of paper, this little piece. Let me see if I got some cash here. This little piece of paper here is worth what they say it's worth. And with Bitcoin, we know it goes through a mathematical process, which is known as mining, and they are not only responsible for bringing new coins to the system and securing, but by securing and verifying and validating the transactions. And there's only a fixed amount, and you can't replicate it, you can't duplicate it, create, you can't create fake bitcoins or whatever. It's a fixed supply, and it's released over time. I think until 2040, where the entire supply will be out. So scarcity will definitely be real during that time. So thanks for watching part 1, and I'll upload part 2 when I do part 2. Alright, take care.